Same day edits are a challenge, and that's kind of why I like them, you know. It's very high stress, high demand, but you can make something really cool that people usually don't get to see. So to shoot a same day edit, I usually have a 3-person cinema team, myself being the first shooter, the director of the day. I'll be handling audio, first shooter responsibilities, but then also editing the film. I don't really trust anyone to edit at this point. It's a lot of work. The second shooter that you hire really has to be like a first shooter because they're going to take over your responsibility and your roles as first shooter once you start editing. So they need to know that, you know, and be ready to go. The third shooter kind of acts as like an assistant during the beginning of the day, helping out, and then at the ceremony, you know, they'll be manning the camera. And then after that, once I start editing, they take over the second shooter responsibilities, so they also have to be strong as well. And if you think about it, sitting and watching a film for more than 4 minutes at our wedding reception doesn't really sound that fun. So try to do everything within 3 to 4 minutes. I'd rather have quality over quantity, for sure. Anything that you can do before the day of the wedding, take care of it and make sure it's all set up. And that goes for music. You know, make sure you have a good selection, even a couple more tracks than you think you'll need for the film, just so that you can kind of pick depending on the footage of the day. If you have an end card with like your studio name, make sure that's just in your Final Cut library, ready to go. Because, you know, like the last thing that you'd want to be doing is like searching for Wi-Fi or like trying to find a file within your hard drive to like add it to the library. So just take care of as much as you can beforehand. Also, for any audio that you capture at the beginning, right after you press, you know, record, say what the audio clip is. So like ceremony groom, and then go put it on the groom, just so that whenever you import any audio, if you do, you know exactly what it is by just listening to the first 5 seconds. So the first footage dump usually is before the ceremony. I like to get all my footage from the prep for the first and second cameras. That way it can transcode as I'm shooting the ceremony.
And as far as computer, I'm just transcoding the 3 cards from the 360s that we've had. So I'm just going to copy and transcode that footage optimized to ProRes 422. And that should all be done by the time the ceremony starts, but I've got new cards going out fresh.
And then once cocktail hour starts, that's when I really start editing. So just import the last of the footage from the ceremony, and then you should be good for a little while.
I got through some of the in and out points, but I'm just gonna finish importing and transcoding their footage. So that's everything up to like details. So cocktail hour, first dances, all that stuff is like, I'm not gonna put in, but I will put in like the first dance. That'll be the last thing I probably put into it. So I should have all my footage pretty much, close to. So I'm just importing the DJI footage right now. But I'm just sending in and out points, going through footage, and all my footage is like chronological because we synced up the cameras, the time code within the cameras, which is super important for same day edits. So what I'm doing for footage is just importing with Final Cut. It imports the footage and it transcodes as those clips are copied. And then as soon as it's done copying, I can technically take it out as it's still transcoding. So super easy. I keep this phone near me just in case they need to text me, but it's a small room, so we should be set. I like to be out of the way, off to the side from guests, so I'm running everything off of files on the hard drive, which is a Thunderbolt connected RAID. See, eject, done, still transcoding, give it a sec. As soon as that rainbow's done, pop. It still says that you ejected incorrectly, but I don't give a shit.
And it's always best to have enough memory cards so that you can hand out 2 to 3 waves of brand new cards and then not format anything, because any footage that people give you from used cards, you import and then just keep. The last thing you want is to format and lose footage before it's actually been imported, because with the same day edit, you're rushing, you're not as organized as you are, like say after the wedding when you're actually backing up the footage.
Well, that's gonna take a little bit transcoding, so I can at least go do something. It's a metaphor for my life. Stay. All right, some fruit snacks. I'm just chilling. If I get cold, I have a heater. I think this is a cool gift delivery shot. See, that's like exposure is correct. Like if I tried to not have this in blackness, like her face would have lost it. I could bring the highlights up a tiny bit, but like that's correct exposure. All right, I gotta work. It is 7 p.m. 2 hours until same day edit. I've got 15 minutes worth of footage laid out, in and out points, good stuff. I have to sync up the ceremony, and then other than that, I'm gonna start laying audio, like music, start cutting. And then lastly, a little bit of color correction, and we should be set. So I feel okay. I feel very distracted with people coming in and out, but it's fine.
Like this woman. What's the hardest part about being stuck in here?
I have no idea what's going on over there. I just hear it. I hear craziness. I don't know what's going on. I trust that they're doing what they need to do. I feel a little behind on this, so I'm just trying to get through it. I haven't really started cutting. I just finished syncing. An hour and a half. Fuck. I'm just gonna focus.
The way I think about it is that I'm looking for 3 different reactions: awe, ha, and wow. Use emotional moments and really key into those family ties and connections to get the awe moments and hopefully get some people crying. Get people laughing with funny moments, quick cuts, text jokes on screen, and dogs. Dogs are usually good. And get people to go Owen Wilson wow when they see like drone shots and cool eye candy and those beautiful shots. So if you focus on making little mini stories that focus on these 3 emotional reactions, you're going to be able to edit a fully fleshed out film. If you pay attention to beginning, middle, and end, but still focus with the thesis of the love between the couple, that's gonna be a good structure. Very quick and easy. And always make sure to pay attention to pace. So highs are only highs because of the lows that they contrast with. So make sure the film is dynamic in that sense. So it's always best to edit the same day edit somewhere other than the reception hall where it's quieter and you have less distractions and no other guests hanging over your shoulder kind of watching what you're doing.
These are noise canceling, and it's like a party going ham. I like cannot hear.
I feel like the belle of the ball.
Right, 5-second update.
Oh yeah, so I'm about a minute into it. Still have an hour left. Plug in. I gotta speed up, so I gotta just, I don't know what the syncing messed me up, but I'm just getting getting it into a flow. I'm getting the story back and forth. I feel better.
So Craig is furiously editing and is very, very stressed and is a little cranky, but that's okay.
But as far as grading, that takes up a lot of time and I usually don't have it. I would like it though, it'd be nice, but usually not.
Craig, where do we stand?
Just double checking.
Update video. Roll. I'm so nervous right now. I'm not even getting up for this.
So once the film is done, I'll give my third shooter a little head nod and they'll go and get the presentation equipment ready, set up the screen, set up the projector, get everything ready for the audio to be fed to the board so it can be projected out on the DJ or the band speakers.
Sounds good, looks good. All the way through. All right, we're gonna play it.
We're good?
So I'm gonna play music just so that we can test the audio level.
We already tested it, but we'll test it on this computer. Oh, good idea. All right.
I'll export the film in QuickTime ProRes and clear my laptop of distractions, and then I'll actually play a song in the background so that there's something playing once I connect the laptop to the DJ's speakers, just so I can hear a test of the music is playing this loud, the film is going to play this loud, so I know. And it also helps with the transition between them turning off their music and then us showing the film. You want to make it not awkward. I'll grab 2 chairs and put them in the best spot for watching the same day edit and ask my couple to sit down once they're ready. And then I'll ask the maitre d' to make an announcement that there's going to be a video, and then guests can kind of gather around to watch it or watch it from their tables if they can. And then people quiet down, and then I just press play.
All right, you guys ready? Cool.
I actually have a reaction video of the couple watching this wedding film with their guests, and you can watch it right here. So if you have any comments or questions, ask them in the comment section below. If not, just say hi. I love talking to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Take care.